and all people who will listen to this talk. The Banyankole have a proverb which says that amagara gakira magana, obulamu businga obugaga. Health is more important than wealth. Therefore, when health is threatened, we take it very seriously. We have fought many epidemics. We fought AIDS. We fought Corona recently, and even Ebola in the past. So even this one, we can fight it and win it. This Ebola is an aggressive disease, but in my view, it is not as difficult to fight as either AIDS or Corona. Especially Corona. Even AIDS was easier to fight, in my opinion. But Corona was very dangerous because it was spreading through breathing, which meant that if I sat with you in a taxi, even if I did not touch you through the air, you could infect me. And then it was also spreading through other ways. Now, the good thing with the Ebola is that it spread through contact. Contact. You must have contact. Ugonjwa wa Ebola tofauti na ugonjwa wa Corona unaambukiza kwa watu kukaribiana sana, sio kwa pumuzi. Ugonjwa wa Corona ulikuwa hatari sana kwa sababu ulikuwa unaambukiza kwa kupumuzi. Lakini hii lazima muwe karibu sana, ndio naona ni rahisi kufaulu kwa ugonjwa huu. Now, how does it, if it is spreading only through contact and intimate contact, then it means really it is spreading because of carelessness. Carelessness. Kwa sababu ugonjwa huu unaambukiza kwa kukabiliana sana, kuwa karibu sana. Sio kwa pumuzi hauwezi kuambukiza. Inamaanisha kutokojali ndio shida. Ndio inaleta huu ugonjwa kuenea sehemu yote. Now the contact, there are a number of them. I have written about 7 here. Intimate contact. The one of West Africa spread by a boy picking a mango which had been partially eaten by a bat, akahundu, and eating it. That's how it started. A mango had fallen down, but I think before falling down, a bat had eaten a little bit, and when the boy came and ate it, it had some, I think, saliva or whatever, or feces or from the bat, and that's how that huge Ebola, which killed people in West Africa, started. So what does that mean? Eating fruits, eating things, wash them properly. These people can tell you how can we wash. I will give a chance later to Barimus and the doctors here to tell you, we who eat fruits, like me who eats fruits, how do you eat them safely so that you don't know that you have shared it with the bat? They will say something later. So that was one way. The bat sat on that fruit, maybe eat a little bit or what, or urinated there, whatever. Then the fruits fell down. The boy picked it, ate it without washing. That's how the whole thing started. I don't know how many people died. Very many people died that time in West Africa. So you can see there, bat, saliva, whatever, on the fruit. Then apparently another case, I think it was even in Uganda, where a boy went into the caves where there are bats. And there, I think, got in contact with the feces of the bats, and that's how it started, in that outbreak. Now, the third big way is eating wild meat. Because this Ebola apparently does not go into all the animals. There are some animals where it goes and either stays without causing sickness or even kills the animal itself. These doctors can tell you which ones, they can list them later. But one of them are the monkeys. The monkeys, if you eat monkeys, you are going to get Ebola. I don't know whether cooking the meat properly would save. They can educate you about it. Cooking the meat properly. But even if you cook the meat properly, there is a danger when you are slaughtering. When you are slaughtering, if the skin is intact, you've got no crack in your skin, the virus may not get into you. But if you touch yourself in the soft parts of your body, the nose, the eyes, it will enter you. The virus will enter you. So you have the monkeys, you have the bats, those bats. I hear there are some people who eat them also. Then even some of the wild animals, like the enuma, the one which looks like a goat, they say. But you can have the whole list. These people will give you the whole list. And that's why if we are eating meat bought from the abattoirs, you wouldn't get this problem because that meat is checked. But the people in the villages may not have time to go to the butcheries to buy meat. But be aware of those animals which harbor this virus. We were talking with the head of the WHO here the other day, and he told us that the people who have died quite a bit in some of the areas are the medical staff and the pastors. The pastors. These are the ones who have died most. Why? Because the medical staff work carelessly. They examine patients without gloves. Instead of having a very strict routine, touching patients should be, I thought there was a rule that you should use gloves. I don't know whether that rule is there or what. But among the people who are dying are the medical staff. Because they touch people, they touch patients. And you remember our Dr. Rukia, one of our doctors who died some years ago, this was the problem. Touching patients. The pastors, the people of God, they are the ones who touch patients. That they are healing them. If you pray, God, you can pray, God is not deaf. You will pray without touching. God is not deaf. He will hear you. This misuse of the other time when we had Corona here, the Archbishop of Canterbury came here. They said he wanted to bless me. I said, no, I don't. You bless me from a distance. Don't touch me. He couldn't touch me. I could not greet him even. I refused. What's all this? In the book of Genesis, it says, establish dominion over nature. This is science. Establishing dominion over nature is to understand science. Man was created on Saturday, after all the other creatures were created, and God told him, establish dominion over these creatures, because you are cleverer. So we should use science. Don't touch people, bless them, because you are not the one who is curing them, it is God. You are interceding. Talk. God is not deaf. He will hear you from a distance. When we had AIDS, I told Bishop Musaire Kauma that time, I will never share this Holy Communion cup with this crowd that they are sharing the communion, sharing saliva. I told him I can't be part of this, and I think they introduced individual cups or something. I don't know how clean they are. So please stop abusing, being like the Pharisees, just to be seen, not really doing the work of God. Because that's what the Pharisees would do, praying on the street corners, so that God sees them. So that, no, not God, the people see that they are religious. So the people who are dying most, in some of the situations, I don't want to talk where, the health workers, the pastors, by touching. Another big problem is handling dead bodies. That there are certain customs. Yes, those customs were there when there was no danger. How to wash dead bodies. But now that there is danger, it has been announced. If somebody is sick, call the doctors, because the doctors can tell you what sort of sickness this one is. But don't just hide, and you just do it yourself. I hear that among the 19 cases in Uganda, 14 are from Congo, and they are from a family. They will tell us about it, from one family. Yeah. So therefore, you now know how Ebola spreads. Saliva, blood, sweat, vomit. If somebody has vomited, sperms. Ebola can stay in a man for, I hear, 9 months. Yeah, that's what I hear. So this shaking of hands, please. I even told this WHO man, I saw him with the elbow. I said, please. What is the greeting for? Shaking of hands for what? There is a problem. You just wave at people. Now, therefore, kwa hiyo huu ugonjwa wa Ebola unaambukiza kwa mate. Mate is saliva in Swahili. Kwa damu, kwa jasho, kwa nani za wanaume na wanawake, na kwa kutapika. Na zile nyama ambazo za pori ambazo ziko na huu ugonjwa, ya kwanza ni nyani monkey, popo ni bat, na nyama zingine zinaonekana kama mbuzi huko porini. Hizo zote zinaweza kuwa. Now with this disease, there is no vaccine yet. And there is also no direct medicine for treating Ebola. But it kills. It is important to know that it kills by provoking the body to kill itself. That's what the virus does. The virus enters the body and provokes it to overreact. It's like a clever guerrilla who comes in a military camp where people are not well organized and shoots. And then the soldiers start shooting one another in panic. Because much of the death is caused by the high temperature, caused by the body. The body tries to kill to kill the virus by cooking, but raising the temperature. But in the end, it cooks itself, destroys its own organs. Vomiting, losing water, bleeding eventually. So, that's why the good thing is that it is survivable, because we already have survivors. We had survivors in the past outbreaks, we had survivors. These people can tell you how many survived the other time. I have some figures here, but I don't have time to go through them. But even now, we already have survivors, I think like 5. 5 have already survived out of the 19. 2 are the ones who died. 2. There are still 2 or they have increased. The first Congolese man who came is the one who died in Chiburi, I think. And came with their sister-in-law. They came separately, but I think they were from the same place. The sister-in-law has recovered. And she recovered. They recover because they get support. The doctors control the temperature. They tell the soldiers not to panic. The commander says, please, don't shoot aimlessly. Calm down, calm down. Have controlled shooting. So they control the temperature. They rehydrate. Losing water, you put it back. Losing water, put it back. Water and salts and so on. Because when you vomit, you lose so many things. You lose water, you lose salts in the body. You put them back. You put the water, the fluids. So the body now has a chance to fight in an organized way. And people get cured. So which means the body overcomes. Otherwise, how would people get cured? Which we don't see, which is very difficult in AIDS, because AIDS, I don't know whether people have really had a cure. But this one, people have been cured. So it is very simple. It's just indiscipline. This one, people have been cured. Some have died, yes, but others have been cured completely because of controlling the other killers, the temperature, the loss of fluids. You find the body fights back and it overcomes the virus. Combined with the inability to spread so much like corona was spreading through breathing. This one is spreading through contact. This disease is easy to stop if only people are serious. So therefore, the most important thing is to report quickly to the doctors. Don't delay. Once you feel some symptoms of sickness, report. So that they check and if it is Ebola, they start intervening early. Now, because this corona is involving other countries, this Ebola, It's involving other countries. We have had to stop mass movements of people from neighboring countries, especially Congo. That's why I think public transport was stopped, correct? We only allow cargo. Why do we allow cargo? Cargo is very crucial. It's very crucial for countries, for businesses. Stopping it is like a blockade, as if we are at war. You can't do that. But the good thing is that cargo also requires a few people. Cargo requires a driver and a turnboy, 2 people. Finish. And these are easy to check. You can check them at the border. If they are sick, you... Now, the other good thing about Ebola, this Ebola is a disease. It's very easy. The other thing about Ebola is that it doesn't infect. Somebody is not infective until he starts getting sick. But the people don't have my anger with sickness. I don't like sickness. I don't like it. That's why during the campaign they were saying I should sit down with the other. I said, please, let me sit alone there, Mundeke. You look isolated. I said, God is with me. Don't worry about me. So this one, apart from infecting only by contact, even that starts happening when somebody has started showing signs of sickness. Before the virus can be in the body, the person is not yet infective. So it's very easy. It's just small windows of just indiscipline. So that's why, therefore, we don't fear the cargo, petrol tankers, trailers. They have one driver, one turnboy. Finish. You check them. If they enter, somebody was saying, but they may come and they get sick when they're here. If they get sick when they're here, they will report. If they follow, they will report and get isolated, and the road is parked somewhere. Finish. It's not a big problem. But the passengers, okuzinduka, abanyarwanda call it okuzinduka. When you are going to check on friends, you postpone that. It's not the same thing as cargo. Cargo is a matter of life. Cargo is petrol, is food, is fertilizers. We need it more urgently than just okuzinduka. I'm going to see my relatives. You hold on. You will see them later when the danger has gone. That's why we stopped the passengers. But now, some of them come through the border on foot and in boats. Now, that's where the danger is. First of all, by coming in that way, you take long. You are hiding, days pass. Even if you arrive in a health center, you have lost some time. So that's why we have worked with the Congo government, and these people will tell you what the exact plan, to open joint medical camps on the Congo side. and announce it. We are here. If you feel sick, come. Don't try to go to Uganda, because there you would delay. Come here. Come. We think that one will help. Now, when we are dealing with this matter, you hear some people talking of culture. There is a culture of washing dead bodies. There is the culture of eating this, eating that. But these cultures are there to preserve us, not to kill us. If they can be modernized, for instance, the meat we are eating because of culture, if it can be, how can it be slaughtered safely? And cooked safely. And then maybe you can continue. But if it can't, some of the cultures have to be reviewed. You remember when AIDS came, there was the culture of, Wanyankole called it Okungura. Okungura is wife inheritance. It was a duty, brother to inherit. In fact, even the Wanyankole have a saying that erisho ry'umuhunguzi oreba barakiro. It was like constitutional. You had to inherit the wife of your brother who died. And it was a social arrangement, because the question was, this fellow has died. There is no social insurance, there are no pensions. Who will look after the children? Who will look after the wife herself? So that was the arrangement. But when AIDS came, we saw the danger and we said, please. And people started reviewing it. Female circumcision, how could you reform it? Female circumcision was wrong science. There was no way you could say you do it properly in a better way. There was no better way. So we had to confront our Kapchorwa people and say, please, this one. There's what the Banyankwere call embirito. Embirito is a cow which has died from anthrax. This one must be cremated. It can't be anthrax, because anthrax, even if you boil the meat may not, the virus may not die. Because some people tried to eat it, so that they would boil the meat and they died. So some of the cultures need to change. The Banyankwere used to drink milk without boiling it, until we found that, until we came to know what Louis Pasteur, the Frenchman, who first saw the microbes, so started knowing what he had seen, that there are microbes in the milk which we don't see. And we had to boil it. We had to abolish that culture So I appeal to our people to review those cultures. Now, but also connected with all this is the issue of invading the forests. I will get time and write something about the trade order and the environmental restoration which I see going on. I will have something and write. These issues are not just environment. It is also survival, our survival. I have not studied it, but I will challenge these people to study it and inform you. The bats. I normally see the bats flying at night. Eating, I think they eat insects. Do they eat insects? Yes. So the bats, you may find the bats are also part of the balance of nature. They do some good work. Maybe they are doing some good work. Eating the insects. Because if the insects were not eaten, they will be too much. They will overpower us. So I don't know whether it is correct to campaign for the extermination of the bats. If the bats are exterminated, is it good? But me, I suspect, because I normally see them eating insects. And I had no problem with the bats. They were there at Chamati Boys' School. They were in the roof. We were not bothering with them. Because they don't eat other things. It's only now that they have this problem. So, if they were in the forest, and we are not invading the forest, disturbing their habitat, and they come, eat the insects, go back, that's how it's part of the balance of nature. They would actually be doing a good job. But when we invade the forests and the caves and the what, that's how we now provoke problems also. Kwa hiyo wenzangu, huu ugonjwa wa Ebola ni rahisi kusimamishwa, kukomeshwa, kwa sababu kwanza hauambukizi sana. Sio kama corona kupita kwa pumuzi. Mpaka ushikane na mtu mkono, au mbadilishane vitu vinatoka kwenye mwili, ndio anakuambukiza. Au kula zile nyama ambazo tumetaja pale. Cha pili, hata baada ya kushikwa ugonjwa, ukifika haraka kwa matibabu, unaweza kupona. Kwenye watu 19 ambao wamekutwa na Ebola hapa Uganda, 5 wameshapona. 14 kwa hao 19 ni watu wetu, ndugu zetu kutoka Kongo, na inasemekana wanatoka kwenye familia moja. Kwa hiyo mambo awe mawili. Kwanza, ugonjwa hauambukizi sana kama corona, ni rahisi kukomeshwa. Tukiacha kushikana mikono, tukiacha kufanya ile mambo yote tumetaja hapa, kushika maiti bila kujua mtu amefariki kwa sababu gani. Wale watu wa Mungu kuweka mikono juu ya wagonjwa, waganga, watu wafanyakazi wa afya, kushika wagonjwa bila kinga, bila gloves. Hizo gaps zote ndizo zinaleta shida, lakini rahisi kusimamishwa. Wacha niachie hapa, alafu niulize kama waganga wanataka kuongezea. Ugandans and other friends, this what we wanted to share with you. Have we had any new cases in the last?
In the last 5 days, we've not registered any additional cases.
Please, you can see this is a very simple thing. A few people came from Congo. A total of how many now, including the ones who died, are all Congolese. The 2. So that means that 16 Congolese came, and
the 14 included the 2 who died.
The total are 14.
Oh, 14, okay.
The 2 died, 12 are the ones that we've been treating.
So you people, Uganda, you can see now, this is just simple mismanagement of something that can be managed. 14 people from Congo came. The 2 who came late died. The 12 who came early, 5 have already recovered. All the 5 are Congolese.
One is a Ugandan, the driver.
Okay.
Then the 4 are Congolese.
So out of the 12 Congolese, 4 have recovered. The Ugandans are 5, so 1 has recovered now. That means the ones who are still sick are 4. And they are all health workers. So the story is clear. Some sick people from Congo came, they were not handled carefully here. That's all. Now with the little alertness we have had, although me, I'm not satisfied because I was at Kororo and I was watching those MPs dying to hug one another. And, it's as if they are bewitched. Bani babaloze o baba lebatia. Awa wamelogwa awa wako namna gani? In spite of all that, 5 days now, no new case. It looks as if the fire of Ebola has started going down. So therefore, please, we've got a lot of work to do. Let's be very serious. We don't have to keep playing around with it. Listen carefully and act. This is easy to stop. We stopped it in the past. We can stop it now. Thank you so much.
Download the app on App Store or Google Play Store now. Vision Digital Experience, the future of media.
New Vision TV. Stream smart, stream New Vision.